Good morning and welcome to Tala Talks, where I share my everyday thoughts and everyday experiences. I'm very excited for today's video. As you can see, we are in such a beautiful place right now, cradled in nature. And this is what island living is all about. I can't begin to tell you how much butterflies are in my belly right now because I wake up every morning to the sounds of the birds chirping. I wake up to the sounds of the leaves moving, and the ocean's just literally 1 minute away, and we get to live in a place like this. We are at dive camp, and today's video is about my 5 takeaways from being an island girl or from living an island girl life. And I'm gonna share with you everything. Well, I will share you the top 5 things that I've learned. I will give you a little bit of a background. Originally, I am from the city. I was born in the city, I was raised in the city, and somewhere along in my 20s I realized I needed to be more with nature. I needed to be closer to the sea or the mountains. And I did read somewhere that as human beings, by nature, there's this term called biophilia. We have this innate connection to nature, and that's why it's so healing. And there's so many scientific studies that if you spend enough time being close to nature, yeah, your cortisol level goes down. Cortisol level is your stress hormones. Your parasympathetic system is much better, which is, something more calm, and you get to just tune in really with everything that you see that is nature. And so, yeah, if ever you are having a bad day or you are feeling stressed, I would really highly recommend for you to visit nature. Maybe the islands, or go to a place like this, like dive camp. Look at how pretty the flooring is. At nighttime, this place comes alive as well with these beautiful bamboo lamps. And you've got a lounge area here as well. I've got my things there. And what's very Filipino also is that they've got a karaoke machine over there. I know it's not really related to the video anymore, but I've been hanging out in these bean bags. And the hosts here are just so, I would say, friendly, funny. They're full of positive energy. It's all good vibes. Emily, who I've known for almost 6 years now, and Chef Dana, who is going to be in charge, or who is in charge of the kitchen. She serves the most delicious tofu, smoked tofu. You gotta try it. Also Parmesan cheese. But here's the thing, it's not really Parmesan, it's Parmesan because it is vegan, and she's quite proud about it. I'm proud of it as well. I'm not vegan, but you don't have to be a vegan to enjoy such delicious food. So must try the restaurant here over at Dive Camp. And I can't wait to go through this video with number 1. Let's start this video. So the first one on our list is living an island life. Time doesn't necessarily go slower. And I know a lot of people like to move to nature, or they like to move off the grid, which is out of the city, because they're well, in my personal experience, I'm able to savor things more. I'm able to be more present and more in tune. So for example, if I'm having just a simple meal or a coffee, I'm able to really focus on it without much distraction. And because I am with like-minded people, and I'm gonna speak with my personal experience, when I get to meet people who have similar values, similar outlooks in life, even with physical activities, that's how I met Emily, who, yeah, she's just an incredible person. She's actually my dive instructor when I had my open water over at 2018. And ever since then, she's decided to create such a paradise over here. And I'm so proud of her for, well, to my selfish reasons, I'm really glad that she's decided to settle in the Philippines, because that means I get to see her every time I visit Negros Oriental. But also I'm very proud of her for really choosing to follow what makes her happy, which is diving and having a piece of paradise here in the Philippines. And in my case, I left the city to be here. And when you do that, you will meet people who are similar to you. And when I say time is not necessarily slower, I am just having so much fun that I can't believe I've been here for already close to a month. I travel a lot. Sometimes I stay 3 months here, 4 months there, usually in Negros Oriental, usually the Visayas region or the Mindanao region. But when you're having a lot of fun, as they say, time is very relevant. It just depends if you're having a good time or not. If you're not having a great time, it will go slower. But if you are just living your life, and I'm talking about quality of life, you have quality of life, you are having a good time, you surround yourself with positive people and people with full of love, then time goes by really fast. I kid you not. So I can't believe I've been doing this for the past 6 years. I've been traveling for the past 6 years. Usually I stay in places like this, and I can't believe it's been 6 years. So to me, it just feels like, I would say, a year and a half. So time has definitely gone at a blink of an eye. And that's the first lesson or takeaway that I realized having this kind of lifestyle. So the video will go on even if there are some dogs howling in the background, which is kind of cute. It's because Dana's here and her dogs are getting separation anxiety. And the thing is, they don't even live apart. You know, they're just next door, but they always want to be next to their owner, and I can completely understand. I think between me and my dogs, I'm the one that gets anxious when I leave them. So I'm just really grateful that my dog is left with my mom, so that's fine. But on top two, back to the video. So the one thing I wanted to share is that I definitely earn so much less living this kind of lifestyle, and for a couple of reasons. I guess the first reason is I am no longer in a corporate life, and because of that, I'm not earning corporate money, and I'm just living off savings that I had previously invested, and with those interests that I'm making, oh, it's just enough to pay for a very budgeted accommodation as well as budgeted food. And so in a way, I guess I'm hitting two birds with one stone. I need to save, but at the same time, I'm also losing weight. I don't know if that's a good thing, but definitely focusing on market food like bananas, things that you can find like eggs. So I've been eating whole foods that are healthy. But going back to the video, I earn less, but I'm much happier. Would I trade this for the world? Would I trade all of this to go back to corporate life? And the answer is no. I would not want to go back to the grind, the how would I say, it's like a rat race. It's like being in the maze, no, not maze, but being in the grid of just doing what everyone is supposed to do, which is work and, you know, like bring in that money. And it's just, it's a city corporate life that is not my calling. I know a lot of people enjoy that, and kudos to you. And I think we just all have our different paths to take, and I think the bottom line is living this kind of island life for me, it is definitely meant for me. I'm earning less, but I also spend less. Whereas when I was living in the city, I earned more, I also spent a lot more. So, you know, you just pick which one you want, and this life is great. I mean, this is actually their big accommodation. I don't know if I'm able to open it at the moment. That's where we stayed last time, the smaller one. But if we are able to slide this, let me just try. So the next one, I'm a bit shy to share, but definitely my diet and my body weight has changed. And now I'm actually remembering the reason why I actually put this is because now living this island life where the ocean's just there, I have my very, very practical scooter with me. There's more physical movement. And because I'm able to move much more, well, move much more. Sorry, I got distracted because this tree has actually very delicious fruit. I see one up there, the green one. They're actually very sour and I love them. I think we are able to find some. Let me flip the camera so you can see. Ah, we're lucky. Here is one. And let's see if we're able to get this. I love this. I need to know the name of this. If anybody knows, please let me know. But I would mention this. It's very sour. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like lime. It's delicious, but because I haven't had anything this morning at the moment, I'm gonna mention this later when we get home. But back to the video. I've been moving much more now, living this kind of island life. So my body, I could tell that it's gotten trimmer. I've definitely lost and shed some pound, but it's good. It's a good way to lose weight because I'm more active. I get to walk, I get to breathe fresh air. Also, I think because I'm sleeping much better, I get more sleep in the day. The metabolism and the body just goes into its natural rhythm of being able to burn what it needs to burn. And also because I do a lot of traveling, I really make sure that I stay healthy. So every day I do yoga or I walk along the beach. I think that's really important just to make sure that you're not lounging around and eating, right? Like you want to be healthy. So in terms of physical movement, I move much more now. And that's great. And even my diet, because there's not much access to well, you know, I could always get fast food if I wanted to, but because there's so many markets around the island and I would love to support local farmers and the vendors, I just tend to eat a lot of fruit and veg. And so with that said, I definitely feel better. It's not just the physical look that I've lost weight and I feel more fit and I'm gaining more muscle. It just feels right. So that's one of the takeaways anyway. I super love this next one because it's one of my favorites, and I'm not gonna talk to you about like introverts and extroverts and ambiverts and things like that, but if you are the type to enjoy meeting people, especially when you travel a lot, oh, the one thing that has changed with me is yeah, I've built a lot more meaningful connections with people that I can relate to, and sometimes making that big leap to leave financial stability and making that big leap to just completely have a 360 change of lifestyle. It can be daunting, and sometimes you do wonder, am I making the right decision? Because oh my goodness, I used to make this much and now I'm not anymore. But when you end up meeting people who are of the same path, it just makes more sense. And because of that, just 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago now? I can't believe time is so fast. I met my best friend Adela. We met over at yoga. We were the first two students that went to class. And it's just so incredible because we've kept in touch ever since. We call our relationship, you know how you have a long distance relationship and you call it LDR, long distance relationship. In ours, we call it LDS, long distance sisterhood. And so even if we aren't physically together, we always send each other messages asking how you are, how we are, and we've kept in touch. And the thing is, it doesn't take much effort because it's so natural. And I think that's the most important thing. You know, when someone is meant to be in your life, time and effort are required to make the relationship work, but it feels very willingful and it feels very natural. And so because of her, she's influenced a lot of my decisions in life, and I'm very grateful and happy I've chosen this path. And it's just so many doors have opened to amazing opportunities because of our relationship, because of our friendship. And yeah, you just end up building a lot of meaningful connections. So I would say that if you have this calling to do or make changes in your life, do it because you will be with people who are in line with your vibration. And I hope I don't sound woo. If I am making sense, let me know, but I really think it's worth making that jump. And finally, this video is coming to an end. This is the last on my 5 takeaways. And the last one is I realized, and I know this sounds so cliche, but I realized I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot of things. Now that I've been traveling as a budget traveler and have been for a long time, for close to a decade now, I need to be able to save in terms of luggage allowance, because it's obviously cheaper if you don't buy that extra luggage allowance. And so I realized, because I've been traveling with a backpack and maybe occasionally a small little luggage, I don't need a lot. And I hope you'll stick around with me. I'm not sure if I'll be putting those videos in this channel, but I will be going to India with literally 5 kilograms. I don't know what I can bring with 5 kilograms. That seems very little. Just literally the bare minimum. Though I will admit that going home to the city to see my family, I'm very happy to still have all of those material things. But since I travel majority of the time, definitely majority of the time I'm not in the city. I don't know if you can hear the sound of the birds. It's incredible. Those birds are so beautiful. But I realize I just don't need that much. It is nice to go home to them, but you just need a couple of clothes, because you can always do the laundry here, toothbrush, chargers for the phone, for the gadgets, and that's it. You're on your way. And when you are living outside that consumerism mentality, or that, you know, when there's a lot of marketing being pushed at you, especially with social media, or the malls will make you want to buy things that you don't even need. Yeah, when you strip away all of that and you live a more peaceful, I wouldn't say isolated because I've got friends here, but when you're off that grid, you don't need to buy much. You don't need a lot of things, especially material things as well. But with that said, I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna take a little bit more videos of this place, say hello to Dana for a while, and we should be on our way. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video was nothing but good vibes, positivity, and I'm sending you lots of love through the screen. I'll catch you soon in the next video. Bye for now. Have a lovely day ahead.